Ever wondered what happens when people mess with the Royal Guard? Spoiler alert, it never ends well. These are the 20 people who messed with the Royal Guard and regretted it.
Like what? Things go!
Kicking things off, we have a classic tourist mistake that never fails to astonish. A group thought it would be entertaining to block a guard's path, only to be met with an unmistakable and commanding shout, "Make way for the lifeguards!" The mix of surprise and embarrassment on their faces is worth 1,000 words, capturing the swift reminder of the authority these guards hold. Moving on to the next spectacle, chaos seemed to unfold in slow motion. A woman stood in a guard's way for what felt like an eternity, testing the limits of patience and professionalism. With no intervention at first, the guard eventually made it clear that such disregard for protocol would not be tolerated.
Don't on the right!
In my opinion, this is the definition of a fake smile.
Get off the bed! Get back!
Third on the list, let's talk about the unsung heroes. The guards' horses. One particular horse deserves a medal for its composure when a disrespectful tourist decides to challenge its role. It was as if the horse's silent demeanor said, "Think you're in charge? Think again." Tiny human. A moment that beautifully highlights the bond between guard and steed.
Hey, don't touch the brain! Get your hands off the brain!
He's pulling your fucking line.
Adding to the collection of blunders, some tourists seem to think signs are mere suggestions. Despite clear warnings, a group touched the reins of a guard's horse, prompting a stern non-verbal reaction from the guard. Actions speak louder than words, and this moment proved it.
Like, what's the quick goal?
On another occasion, yet again, someone decided to block a guard's path. The guard's booming shout for clearance echoed through the area, leaving us wondering, are these tourists genuinely unaware, or are they competing for the world's silliest mistake award?
يلا يا واد ادخل ما تقلقش.
Shifting gears, there's the case of a tourist who thought charming a guard would lead to some light-hearted entertainment. Unsurprisingly, the attempt fell flat. These guards aren't there for casual banter. They're performing serious duties, not participating in sightseeing theatrics.
Do not touch the reins! Stand clear! Stand clear!
Speaking of misunderstandings, another tourist seemed to think guards were Disneyland characters available for selfies. Their repeated failure to follow orders led to them being scolded, not once, but twice. A clear lesson in respecting boundaries.
He knew that I had a passion for it, so he's like, well, we'll give you a shot.
Outburst by the crowd, or?
I saw some visitors come up, and they clearly did not speak English. I believe they were speaking German. They were speaking very loud, and I had to yell at them. They actually yelled back. I don't know what they said because I don't speak German, but I'm pretty sure they were cussing me out in German. So luckily they just walked off. In a situation like that, what the guard is going to do is he's going to call down to the office and bring someone up, who's in. Yeah, exactly.
Taking a broader perspective, let's acknowledge the elite training of the old guard of the US Army. These soldiers are a symbol of discipline, precision, and honor. They're not just standing there. They're upholding traditions that demand the highest standards of conduct.
The fuck!
She hit the hole 3 times.
It's worth noting that respect is a fundamental expectation, but not everyone listens. Some tourists repeatedly ignore this unwritten rule, prompting guards to remind them of the importance of maintaining decorum.
Making threats to the guard.
My way!
Oi, she just hit a guard.
Did you see that? Is that alright with you lot? Yeah?
He asked you to move.
Zooming in on a specific example, the tomb guards stand out as a shining representation of duty and respect for history. When disrespect occurs, these highly trained individuals ensure their mission to honor the past remains uncompromised. In another instance, a simple but firm gesture from a guard served as a stark reminder that the rules are there for a reason. Tourists who think they can bend them quickly realize their mistake.
It is requested that all visitors maintain an atmosphere of silence and respect at all times.
And then there are those who attempt to hug or befriend the guards as if they're part of a whimsical street performance. The guards' reactions are priceless, showing that these moments are far from the guards' intended purpose.
It is requested that all visitors remain behind the chains and trails at all times. Remain behind the chains and rails. It is requested that everyone maintain an atmosphere of silence and respect.
Tell Mama Zeus that I love her more than you. It's not about sounding around like I was out and tell about the social life. It's just a shame. My mother was still alive. That's why I love her. I want to serve.
Not to be overlooked, signs prohibiting certain actions exist for good reason. In one memorable clip, a tourist learned why the "don't touch the horse" rule is taken seriously. The guards' swift enforcement left no room for debate.
Remain behind the chains and rails.
Circling back to another common theme, confusion seems to arise when tourists mistake soldiers for photo booth attendants. One such tourist faced immediate correction when they assumed they could treat the guard as part of their vacation scrapbook.
Get back!
Speaking of misguided bravery, there's always that one tourist who thinks standing directly in the path of a royal guard is a clever idea. Spoiler alert, it never is. The guard's firm response ensures the lesson is learned.
Get up the range!
A recurring reminder, respect for the guards and their mission is non-negotiable. Disregarding signs leads to predictable consequences, as one tourist found out the hard way.
Do not touch the reins! Stand clear! Stand clear!
Let's not forget that these guards aren't ordinary figures. They're highly trained soldiers with responsibilities that demand focus and professionalism. Getting in their way is a surefire recipe for regret.
Make way! Make way! Make way!
In another awkward encounter, a tourist thought they could touch the horse's reins despite clear warnings. The guard's response was swift and decisive, showing there was no room for entitlement. To wrap things up, let's end with a moment of pure authority in action. A guard calmly but firmly informed a tourist blocking his path. Make way for the king's guard. It's a timeless reminder that respect isn't optional, it's essential. There you have it, folks. 20 moments when people learned the hard way that messing with the royal guard is never a good idea. Let us know which one had you laughing or shaking your head in disbelief. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic content. And remember, these guards are not here for fun. So keep your distance and show some respect.